Klopp maintains his interest in Romeo Lavia. Liverpool are gearing up for their return in the Premier League next season, and two new additions have already been confirmed. But now a new update has surfaced on the club's quest for a strongly linked goal. According to Chris Bascombe of The Telegraph, Southampton midfielder Romeo Lavia is still on Liverpool's radar. However, it is thought to have softened their approach due to the £50 million price tag. According to Bascombe's report, the Reds allegedly donated the young talent not immediately because of his inexperience, but as a long-term Fabinho heir. However, it is stated that it is highly likely that Liverpool will reduce their interest in Lavia to test Southampton to see if they can lower their asking price for the player before the transfer window closes. It's unlikely that Jürgen Klopp will be ready to lose most of his veteran midfielders this summer, with Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain and James Milner already leaving as their contracts expire. However, club captain Jürgen Henderson and Brazilian midfielder Fabinho are poised to make quick exits with high bids from the Saudi Pro League. Indeed, it will be difficult for the Liverpool boss to replace the presence and experience he has lost over the summer. But the imminent departure of Fabinho and Henderson presents an opportunity for the club to raise funds and continue their roster revisions. Klopp began his midfield restructuring with the addition of Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai, both of whom brought offensive-focused abilities to the centre of the court. So the more immediate concern would be to fill more defensive roles, something Lavia can help with. The Manchester City Youth Academy graduate ranked in the top 20% of his positional peers in the Premier League last season. According to FBref, he was an impressive feat for a 19-year-old in blocked shots, ball saves and pass completion rates. Not only that, Lavia will solve a longer-term problem for the Reds as they will count as a domestic player. While it's a solution to something where Liverpool is sailing too close to the wind, it's a trait that many would look down upon. In addition, Liverpool's highly speculative interest in Lavia has sparked much debate as to whether the young candidate is ready to take such a big step forward after St Mary's relegation in the Premier League in his final season. TalkSport expert Gabriel Agbonleha talked about a potential deal. Lavia is the missing piece of the puzzle. Liverpool need a defensive midfielder who can get the ball back, have legs and play and launch attacks at the same time. The Reds really need it because Fabinho's legs are gone. So if they're keeping Lavia on the line, then it's a whole rebuild, he said. However, it remains unclear whether Liverpool will meet the Saints' price tag or convince the club to part ways with Lavia entirely. But there is little doubt that securing his signature will save the midfield at Anfield for years to come. Another breakup for Liverpool after Fabinho and Henderson. Liverpool midfielder Thiago may decide to leave the club in the current transfer window, according to a major update on his future at Anfield. The now 32-year-old Spaniard joined the Reds from Bayern Munich in 2020 and was seen as an extremely exciting piece of work given his reputation as a world-class midfielder. The hope was that Thiago would add a new dimension to Liverpool's team and make them even stronger, who had won the Premier League title in one canter. While the veteran player was undoubtedly a key figure at times and produced some excellent performances along the way, ongoing injury issues have ultimately defined his time at Merseyside to this day. For example, last season he was limited to just 14 league starts and proved unavailable at a time when the Reds desperately needed him on the field. Thiago's current contract expires next summer. So the club is aware that given his age, they risk losing him for free at that point where the odds of an extension are very low. There's also the option of selling it this summer, but considering Fabinho and Jordan Henderson are already close to leaving, that seems unlikely. According to the reports, Thiago values and seriously appreciates the idea of a new challenge. This shows that he can leave the Reds. A return to Spain is discussed, but he has turned a deaf ear to any Saudi interest as he wants to revive his career in another top league. There is no doubt that the Spaniard's time at Liverpool has been generally frustrating due to the lack of playing time. But he remains a great football player in form, and when he fires he is arguably one of the first names on the team page. For this reason, Reds aims to continue their services for another year, accepting that he will leave free of charge when his contract expires in 2024. But of course, a sensational offer will not be said no. Thiago could be seen as an alternate player next season. On the field, it looks like there will usually be more reliable and dynamic options like Alexis Mac Allister and Dominic Szoboszlai. But Klopp knows how to take advantage of Thiago. Thiago is a highly skilled player in terms of his ability to dictate matches from midfield and produce endless line-breaking passes. He even averaged 2.4 tackles per game in the Premier League last season, proving that he's much more than just an effective ball player. Jürgen Klopp's sensational salutation of Thiago sums up what the manager thinks of him. Given that Fabinho and Henderson are on their way out after James Milner, Naby Keita and Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Klopp certainly won't want him to lead this summer. Thiago still has his contribution to Liverpool in limited times. But the Spaniard could sign another club to challenge this season. Klopp looks at the 17-year-old wing player in surprise. From the foggy landscapes of Glasgow to the legendary fields of Anfield Road, the journey of Liverpool's 17-year-old genius Ben Doak has been nothing short of astonishing. In yesterday's interview, Jürgen Klopp couldn't help expressing his admiration and amazement at Doak's growth and brilliance. "I'm Doak, still 17, but he's just a delight to watch, yell. Despite all the little struggles involved in losing the ball here and there, it's great to see the courage, speed and strength," he said. These words from the Liverpool boss are testament to Doak's extraordinary talent. While many young talents make their way through the gates of Liverpool's training ground, few make a mark as clear as Ben's. Despite his age, Doak displays a maturity and courage that has caught even the most seasoned eyes at Anfield. When Liverpool saw him cast at Celtic, they envisioned a path for him. Still, even his ambitious plans could not predict the pace of his ascension. Moving seamlessly from the U18s to the first team, Doak not only defying expectations, but also set new benchmarks for future talent. Jürgen Klopp's blatant favoritism towards young Scots indicates some exciting times ahead. With the Europa League on the horizon and Mohamed Salah's temporary absence during AFCON in January, Doak could become the centre of attention and consolidate his position. The young winger's tendency to seize opportunities means that the world will hear more of him in the coming seasons. In football, while talent is a great asset, perseverance and the ability to continually improve is what separates the good from the great. As Doak continues on that trajectory, the future looks promising not just for him but for Liverpool as a whole. In Klopp's words, excitement is palpable and well-deserved. Ben Doak's journey is just beginning and the world is looking forward to witnessing the chapters yet to be written.